Hey guys, welcome to Coffee with Arthur, where I waste my beans so you don't have to. And today we're going to be dialing in light roast espresso on a Flair Signature and an 1ZPresso JX Pro. First, let's talk about the beans that I'm going to be using today. So these beans are actually, I'm really excited about them. So these beans come from my favorite roaster in Tokyo, Woodberry Coffee. Here, let me just put up here so it's a little bag here for Woodberry Coffee. And these are called Ethiopia Hambela. It's from the Guji region, and it's a naturally processed. I'm going to put the card here for you guys to see. So it's naturally processed, so that means there's going to be a bit of complexity in the flavor, and you can see the roast profile is actually really low. And on the back they have a bunch of different flavor profiles in here, very low bitterness. They say it tastes like floral, yellow peach, molasses, and cinnamon. Now I'm pretty sure that's going to be because of the way that you make it. The taste is going to be quite different. So that's why we have those floral, but also those cinnamony molasses flavors in here. So I'm just going to put this over here. Let's open the beans. Great. Now these have a roast date of February 9th. So this is about 6 days after roasting date. So this is a nice time to actually start to use them. Now let's see what these look like first of all. Okay, just want to put these down. Oh wow, super fruity, very sweet smelling. Let's look at these together on the camera. First of all, look at this. These colors are beautiful. It's a very light roast profile, as you can see, but man, it smells so floral, fruity, very sweet. I can't wait to try these. Okay. So first thing to mention, when it comes to light roasts, I wish I had asked for advice about this sooner, because the key to really pulling out the most of light roast for espresso is to actually put them at a very high temperature, grind finer, and actually increase the dose. You know, because they're roasted lighter than normal, that means that there's not much solubility in them. So you need a lot more energy going into the beans to pull out more of that flavor, and we can get that by raising the temperature, grinding finer, and also increasing the amount of water that passes through per grams of beans. Normally I do a 2-to-1 ratio of 15 grams in, 30 grams out, but today I want to do 15 grams in, 40 grams out, and see what happens. Now we're also going to try to keep this temperature up as high as possible. So what I'm going to be doing is 95 degrees Celsius. That's pretty hot. Just because trying to keep it at that level, we want to try and make sure the water is as hot as possible. So let's get these 15 grams in. So this is 15.3. I'm going to allow for a little bit of retention here. So I'm just doing this for now. Now to start off with, I'm going to put this on a 150 grind setting on the 1ZPresso JX Pro. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so 150. Just as an initial test, okay? Let's do that, and let's grind. Okay, so I just did an initial pull here, so I'm just gonna purge some here. Now, the one thing I really like about this grinder is you really don't need to pull very much to purge. So, oh, those beans smell so great. Man, it really is very fruity, very beautiful. I can't wait to try these beans. You know, I wanted to actually start this to like just try them right away, but I wanted to save them for you guys. So now I'm really excited about this. This is so satisfying for me every time I use this grinder. I love doing this. Okay, great. All right, now let's see how much is in here. Okay. There's a little bit of some static on here. One thing I didn't really like about this grinder so much. Still got another half going. I need to do RDT on this. Now I'm at 15.5, so I thought I'd use this as an opportunity to actually share with you guys just the beauty of these grinds. So I'm gonna just grind. I'm gonna take some of these grinds out. Here, I'm just gonna put them here for you. Great, so now I'm at 1501 exactly in here. Let me just smooth these grinds out for you. So first, I just want you to look at the color of this. Like, look at how light this color is. It's almost like a light clay, I would say. This is beautiful. All right. So now, let's get this going. Time to tamp. Okay. Just like this. One thing I just want to share with you guys on here. So look at all the room, the headroom that's on here. So once again, you know, the higher, the lower the roast level, you know, the higher the density of the beans, which means more weight for less space. So even though these are the same dose as maybe a dark roast bean, there's a lot more headroom here. So I can get my full finger in there. Now we're going to put this in. I'm going to put the shower screen on top of it. Great. And our water has boiled just under 100 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty much as close to boiling as you can get without actually getting to boiling. Okay. We're just going to let that sit for a short while I set up my shot camera here. This is pretty good. This is as close to hot as I can get. Get this going. Okay. And now the water is currently at 95 degrees. Great. All right. And let's get this going. Okay, so now it's starting to come in. Great. All right. There we go. Now it's coming in. Okay, we're at 0.5 grams now. It's nice pre-infusion. A little bit of channeling. Stopped halfway through. Let's try this again. Just drops at this point. Okay. Great. All right, so let's talk about what happened here before I even taste this. I did not grind fine enough. You know, I'm now used to using the Olympia Cremina now, where I can go a lot finer because the group head or the portafilter is larger. I forgot that this needs to be a decent amount coarser, so that's what happened here. And what I'm anticipating is that there's going to be a lot of actual astringency to this because the pull time was just so long. So yeah, but let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it tastes like. First of all, it's been sitting for a little while now, but there's still some good crema on it. Okay, so let's stir this now. Okay, let's taste it. Actually though, there's not going to be a ton of astringency here from what I feel. Let's see. You know, it's so weird. I was wondering why they put the taste note cinnamon on here, but I'm really starting to understand why. I'm actually tasting a little bit of cinnamon in this. It's weird. There's like a fruitiness that comes at the beginning, and then they have there's a cinnamon that turns into a little bit of a lingering bitter because the pull was so long. I wouldn't say it's astringent, but this is really good. It's actually, I think on the Flair, it's easier to pull light roast than it is on my Cremina. So that's very interesting. Not that bad though. Just, we're gonna go a little bit coarser this time. Now I'm gonna go to 152. I'm gonna do 2 clicks up just to see what that looks like. So first I wanna share with you guys what my puck looks like on the inside. So I don't know how well you can see this, but you can see it's uneven. It's uneven and it's a little bit gravelly. It was really soupy before. So that's very symptomatic of that the pull wasn't very equal. And I think that's just because I ground too fine. You know, I ground too fine on here. So what it did was it just didn't allow for things to become too solid, for things to become too compacted. So it's just like a soupy mess on the inside. So this time, like I said before, I'm going to be putting this 2 clicks up to 5.2, just like here, 152. And the same thing, it's going to be the same temperature at 95 degrees, 15 grams in, 40 grams out, and we'll see what that's like. So I'm kind of curious to know from you guys. So what kind of beans do you guys like to grind with the most? What kind of regions do you like? Personally, I'm like in Ethiopia, and in the South America, I like Guatemala. But what about you guys? Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what kind of beans you guys are enjoying at this moment. Once again, I have water right off the rolling boil here. All right. Okay. This is so hot. Ow. Okay. But I can already feel this is coming out a lot easier. You can see that right there. Okay. Okay, now that's a shorter pre-infusion. I can't get up to 9 bars, but I'm at around like 6. Wow, this is a huge change. So I'm just trying to keep it at 6 for now. Okay, and then slowly bring it down now that we're at about 20. Now it's at about 4 bars. Okay, again the 30. Okay. All right, now we're at 40. Okay, great. All right, so just look at this crema here. So the crema is a lot lighter. You can kind of see there's no like tiger striping or any sort of like color variance in here. That's very typical of, I would say, light roast, and also the fact that I pulled this under lower pressure. So lower pressuring tends to get rid of those sexy tiger striping that they call. You know, that tends to come out a lot easier when you put things under higher pressure. So before I thought it was too fine, and now actually this is a little bit too coarse. I only went 2 clicks, guys. I only went 2 clicks, and you had this much of a difference in the pull. Personally, I think that's quite amazing. So I'm going to try this again. But let's taste this first. Let's taste this. Okay. This is much sweeter of an aroma here, for sure. A little bit of acidity is now coming out. I'm not getting as much unction as I wanted to from it, like this thickness from it. There's a little bit of a cinnamon taste, and there's no acidity coming in, but it goes from like a nice fruity taste to a little bit of cinnamon, a little less astringency, but I'm getting a lot more brightness, a little bit more tartness in the beginning. So I really think that actually going down 1 click finer is gonna fix this for us. So let's try that. One thing I want to share with you guys is that this puck definitely isn't ideal, but it's a lot more even than it was before. So this is a sign that, you know, the puck prep went well. and that the water was able to go through very evenly. Well, that's because it was pretty coarse, so that's why it was able to work. But that'll just help you figure out if you're doing anything or how to improve. All right, so once again, we're going to be doing 15 grams in, 40 grams out, 95 degrees at 151 on the 1ZPresso JX Pro. Now, just as a side note, you know, every time I'm changing the grind setting, I'm purging. So what that means is I'm actually adding in about a gram extra of beans. So that's between 3 and 4 beans, especially for these light roasts. And I'm just adding these in because I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, like that. And I'm just going to discard these because otherwise it's going to mess up the grind. Just like that. And let's do this. Okay. Okay, so we see really beautiful. Okay, it's coming in. Okay, now. Great, I'm at about 8 bar, 9 bar right now. This is a great pull right now. I can just feel that. I can feel that. Great. Oh yeah. This is the amount of resistance that I wanted. I like doing really high pressures. A lot of people say they like 6. I like 9 bar. Okay, we're at squeezing out everything to just get the last couple grams. All right, great. We are now exactly at 30. Okay, so now I want to share, whoops, wrong one. Okay, so now I want to share this with you guys. So this is actually, I want to share this crema with you. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but it's a little bit more textured than it was before, and that's because I was able to get to higher pressures. I wouldn't say it's exactly tiger striping, but okay. Wow, this smells like it's gonna be really smooth. Let's see. I'm excited for this one. Okay. Ah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, you know, just like it says on here, you're getting this peach or molasses cinnamon, right? So in the beginning, I'm actually not getting so much of a fruity flavor right now. But what I am getting is a real, well, I wouldn't say it's like acidic. I definitely, when I, this is gonna sound really weird, but when I drank it and I had it go on the side of my tongue, I was really picking up like a really sweet, like peach. More on the less ripe side. You know, there's a little bit of acidity there, but I can definitely see why they said peach. That then slowly turns into like a cinnamon aftertaste. Like, you guys know when you have like cinnamon with something and then the aroma of the cinnamon is still in your mouth? That's what I'm getting right here. So I'm really happy with this right now at 151 at 95 degrees temperature. 15 grams in, 40 grams out. What would I change if I were to do this again? Well, I would definitely keep the grind setting this way. I wouldn't change the grind setting. What I want to do in the future is I want to experiment with a longer pre-infusion where I would just let it just soak up a bit more. And I would probably do a pre-infusion of like 20 seconds, and then would turn into a 30-second or 40-second pull or something like that. This is really enjoyable. This isn't super fruity, and you can tell that by the taste profile on here. Once again, this is the Ethiopia Hambela from Woodberry Coffee Roasters in Tokyo. And I'm just going to finish this one. Oh yeah, that hits the spot. If you guys have any questions about today, about what we did today, what we were working on, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to continue making more videos like this. And remember, I'm here so that I waste my beans so you don't have to, and I hope to see you guys next time.